Matt, a disappointing result this afternoon. It just wasn't our day, was it?
No, probably summed up in terms of the disallowed goal, the penalty appeal in the second half. Look, conceded early, conceded another poor goal in terms of our centre halves in that moment, and then Josh Key clearing the ball at the back post. But responded really well after that, and battled and scrapped, and it was never going to be a game to create a lot of clear-cut opportunities for both teams, and we just had certain moments where we didn't quite execute, and even if it wasn't around their box, it was certainly in the final third, and we didn't put enough quality on that ball, or enough quality ball into the box in dangerous areas. So in terms of the communication to that group of players, they couldn't have given us much more after the first 10 minutes. You're always disappointed to go behind, but they've always responded so well this season, and we've had goals in us. The goals just seem to have dried up a little bit, and maybe it's a lack of confidence, but I just felt there was more execution today.
Let's get your thoughts then on the incidents you mentioned. Ryan Bowman's goal looked offside to us. I'm not sure if we got a touch off the Carlisle.
Yeah, look, it's one of those difficult ones to take because the linesman doesn't give it straight away. I think Ryan is offside. We should have scored the first opportunity, the first chance. That's one of those few moments we're talking about. But Ryan's put the ball in, and when it gets given first, you're thinking best case scenario, but then probably rightly so, it's been cancelled out. I was more disappointed with a penalty on Nicky Law, to be honest with you. I said to the referee, I think anywhere else on that football pitch, he gives a free kick. Just because it's in the box, it should be no different. And it was that sort of game where you're just trying to striving for moments of something on that football pitch. We certainly didn't have it in terms of our quality use of the ball in the final third today.
I think you mentioned in the week or after the game last Saturday that you wanted our side to be starting better. I mean, you must be really frustrated. Another 9-minute goal just like you.
You can only say so much, and I've changed the personnel in the back line at times this season to look for solutions to those questions. It's the same goal. Centre half is not willing to go with a runner, but we still had the opportunity to clear that ball when it comes in. And look, Josh is learning the game. If he goes with his weaker foot, he gets a better surface on it. But that's where we are at the moment. Those bits and pieces are going against us, and we're just short of the actual real oomph and quality to get us back into the game, which we've had consistently throughout the season. Let's be honest, we've gone behind so many times. Usually we've got back. It wasn't for the want of trying, and the effort from the lads were outstanding, and they've stood up to a really physical and well-drilled Carlisle team today, without really having the answer in terms of quality in that final third.
I think it was the 80th minute when you made your first substitution. Was that just that you felt confident that the level
we were on top in terms of the game. We were getting the ball in good positions. You've got to believe that your best deliverers are going to put something in, whether that's Josh Key, Jack Sparks, Jake Caprice where he came on. You kind of want Nicky Law and Archie Collins everywhere on that football pitch because they're the ones with the real quality and continue to show it time and time again. But when you're under pressure, you've got to revert back to type, and reverting back to type is an identity of what you're going to do when you're using that ball. And unfortunately we didn't quite have it, and let's be honest, Carlisle didn't either. Apart from the set pieces and the long throws and the long balls into our back line, they very rarely created to, and it's always a difficult time of year to create clear-cut opportunities. But in terms of what they did, standing up to that Carlisle presence and their dynamic way of playing, we were excellent. But it counts for nothing when you come away with no points and conceding another goal, which you tear your hair out at.
I mean, they're the big side, aren't they, Carl? I mean, a lot of our crossers, they seem to get their heads to everything.
Yeah, but we didn't make their centre halves head it underneath the crossbar enough. Any balls the goalkeeper came to get were floated in. And like I say, those players can execute better than that. They've just got to believe in it a little bit more. And let's be honest, when the pressure's on, when you've been beaten a few times and when you're behind in the game, that's when it really matters. But to give yourself a better chance, don't go behind first and foremost. And we keep saying that, and we'll keep on searching for answers in relation to that. And I've certainly not got them at the moment in terms of our back line. But after that, it's a game, it's a war of attrition, and it comes down to those few and far moments, and then you need a little bit of luck, a little bit of quality, or a decision to go your way, and we got none of the three, I'm afraid.
I mean, what do you say to the lads ahead of Tuesday? Because obviously they're going to be downbeat after the last couple of games. Yeah,
look, we were disappointed on Tuesday with the performance. Large parts of that performance was what was needed, apart from the end. But also that start is absolutely key in terms of going behind. You go behind the game and you're not chasing it, but you're fighting to get back on level terms. And it's a goal out of nothing, something we spoke about too often this season. But they'll need to pick themselves up. There was some good energy input on that pitch, some really good energy. But we'll need to freshen up with another long journey back today, and then obviously on Tuesday night. And like I say, I'm looking for answers to stop those sloppy or cheap early goals. And then, like I say, if we need a little bit more creation in the final third, different personnel, but not for the detriment of the team.